Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. I'm Deb Newberry, and I'm the director of the NanoLink Regional Center, and I also have the honor of serving as the awards chair for the 2010 HI-TEC conference. So I'd like to welcome you to the awards luncheon and also welcome you to the HI-TEC conference, which is an opportunity for us to meet with people that we perhaps haven't seen for a while, to share ideas. I think it is just a phenomenal networking opportunity. And the awards luncheon is an opportunity also for us to acknowledge the folks within our groups that are kind of the go-to person. The people who really seem to know where they're heading and oftentimes will serve as leaders or lighthouses for the rest of us. And especially for those, I know I appreciate a lot of the mentorship that we get within this community, especially when you're new into the technology education group. So just want to welcome you and thank you for your attendance. So in terms of the HI-TEC conference awards, as I mentioned, we look for people and organizations that can serve as beacons or lighthouses, or sometimes it's those pioneers that venture out onto the prairie in places that a lot of us just aren't quite sure if we want to put our foot down. And so what we'd like to do is announce, I have 4 awards that we would like to present today. And for those of you that are mathematically inclined, you might notice that I just said 4. And if you read in your conference booklet as well as the things that are on your table, there's only 3 awards that are officially announced. But there is a 4th award that I would like to present. And so I encourage you, after the 3 awards that you're aware of, that you would stay with me and allow us to present a 4th currently anonymous award. So the first award that I'd like to talk about is for the Educator of the Year. And as many of us as educators, we know that it takes a whole lot more than just being in front of the students for X number of hours a day. There's many aspects to being an educator, and my committee and I and the members of the committee on the NAP that helped me select the award winners are Christy Jean from North Dakota, Paul Pennington from 3M in Minneapolis, and Matt Plyle from the SCME Center in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And in looking at the nominations, what we were looking for was a person who had traditionally gone above and beyond the call of duty. And I believe that every winner in each category certainly does that. And our award winner for the Educator of the Year is an example of that extended outreach. And to provide the insight and information on our winner, I would like to introduce Lisa Gaither from Alabama to come up and introduce our Educator of the Year award winner.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. My name is Lisa Gaither, and I work for the consortium for the Alabama Regional Center for Automotive Manufacturing. And it is my privilege to introduce to you the 2010 award winner of the HI-TEC Educator of the Year Award, Mike Mann. When Don Greer initially suggested that we submit Mike's name for HI-TEC Educator of the Year, it was without hesitation that we supported that nomination. We knew from Mike's experience the dedication to serving his students, his college, his industry, and community. Mike began his career at the Russell Corporation, where he started as a technician and worked his way to in the Research and Development Division as engineer manager before ultimately coming to CACC. His students benefit immensely from his wealth of knowledge in that arena. Mike is heavily involved in CARCAM. He understands the depth and the support of the program in developing technologically advanced workforce. And he is passionate about providing both industry and opportunity to students in advanced manufacturing. Mike has a brilliant mind and is able to communicate to his students at a level that is easily understood. Recently, I asked Mike to allow me to speak to his students and tell me what made their experience unique. The consensus was from all of his students that he was more a mentor to them rather than just an instructor. He encourages his students and helps the students in articulating their strengths and their skills so that they can put this on their resume and be able to advance their career. He contacts industry on behalf of the students to arrange co-ops and internships, and he genuinely wants to see his students excel. That perpetuates technical programs at his college, helps recruit industry to his college, and supports the economic development in his community. An Alexander student businessman, Glenn Thomas, stated that Mike is a gem in our community. He said that people that don't realize the passion that it takes, people don't realize that without the passion for the students, the college can simply offer just technology. It's specifically just technology. It takes more than that to build a student. Mr. Thomas's daughter, Holly Thomas, is a graduate from the AUT program at Central Alabama Community College, which is part of the consortium, and she is the first female to win the Associated Builders and Contractors Gold Medal Award. She's the first female to win that award in the nation. That's the type of support and encouragement that Mike offers to his students. He actually offers that to every student that he teaches, not to just the traditional role model that you would see in technology. Holly stated that, I spoke to Holly earlier this week, and she stated that she gave, Mike helped her by incorporating all avenues of technology, helping her learn her craft, and a genuine desire to see her succeed. When choosing a vocation as an educator, you must inspire loyalty, integrity, and have a passion for teaching. And Mike does both. He is a confident educator who understands that true leadership involves serving and inspiring others. And today I'm honored to present to you the HI-TEC 2010 HI-TEC Educator of the Year Award, Mike Mann.
And the award plaque for Mike reads, to Mike Mann, the Consortium for Alabama Regional Center for Automotive Manufacturing, for excellence in technology training and education.
And my students usually keep me late, and I'm used to an hour and 45 minutes, so we'll be out of here by 5, I promise. I think it's really an honor to be able to come to these events. And I look around the room, and I don't want to call everybody by name, but I've worked with a large number of people. Marilyn's crew at Filet, Dennis' Favorite Time, Michael Asecki with Maytech, and really, I think that most everyone I know I would consider an expert in their field and would be equally likely to be standing here receiving this reward. So it really is a special honor for me based on the number of experts that I've met here. I really do think, I think that this is probably one of the high points of my professional career. I want to tell you about one of the low points. I worked in the industry and our company was a victim of moving offshore. And probably the hardest thing I ever had to do was to lay off really competent engineers and technicians because of a move offshore. And I moved to the college system. It was really fulfilling to be able to shape young students' lives, give incumbent workers opportunity for retraining. And it's really meaningful to be an educator. I wanted to say that as long as you keep your students first and your industry first, everything else will take care of itself. My president's here today, and I changed that. You have to keep your president in mind too. Just President Steve Franks, he's really a supporter of manufacturing and of technical education, and it makes my job more probable to be successful. And I have a great working environment. We have some great companies. We have some really good students, and that's what really makes all the difference. Once again, I'm honored. I appreciate it, and thanks for your time.
Isn't this fun? I just love this. The next award is for the Innovative Program and Education Award. And when I first started working with the ATE organization at NSF and got our first project, a lot of people wanted to give me advice, and some of the people gave me direction to go. And you know, it's one of those things where you really have to kind of find your own people that you want to follow. And very early in our project maturity, I became aware of Maryland and the FLATE program. And of course, my first thought was, what in the heck is a FLATE center? You know, I thought of balloons and all that kind of stuff, but then very quickly realized that the FL was for Florida. And I think that what is acknowledged in this award for the innovative program is kind of the advanced approaches that this particular center has taken toward education, and then the broadness of the dissemination. Not only including in the dissemination what they learned within their own region, but also modifying and tailoring some of what they learned to include, again, a broader audience. And from my perspective, that is one of the very unique things about what the FLATE Center has done and why it is a very appropriate award winner for the Innovative Program of the Year. So with that, I would like to welcome Marilyn Barger. Sorry. I'm also the announcer for her, but the award for the Innovative Program and Education Award, the plaque reads, for the development and implementation of a statewide credential-based and articulated engineering technology AS/AAS degree.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. I want to thank everybody for this award, everyone who's here participated in the advanced technological education activities. We could not have accomplished this innovation in Associate of Science degree education without the support, of course, from a lot of people. And I'm going to thank all those people, but I won't keep you here till 5 o'clock. I'll let Mike Mann do that part. But first of all, I would like to thank in absentia, because no one is here from the Florida Department of Education, I don't believe. I think they're all rallying over towards Clearwater right now for next week's meeting. The Adult and Career Education Division of the Department of Education, which has jurisdiction, so to speak, over our area of study and the career clusters, particularly Mr. Eric Owens, who is the state supervisor for the manufacturing cluster. Eric has stood by us since the beginning, and that we went to Tallahassee and took an idea that was kind of an out-of-the-box idea for the state curriculum frameworks that we work with, and said, well, go for it, I'll help you where I can. And so I'd like to thank him and his organization, the Department of Education, in Tallahassee. And next, I'd like to thank our college partners, without whom we wouldn't have a degree program to offer the state. There's many of those here today, and I'm going to ask them to please stand. I'm going to call the colleges that are participating in this, that have adopted the engineering technology degree, and just ask every representatives from those colleges to please stand. Hopefully I have got them all here. They're actually doing the legwork, implementing the programs in their colleges, and making it work. Okay, I'll start alphabetically, so if I miss one, yell at me and say yay. Brevard Community College, Central Florida College, I don't believe they're here, Florida Gateway College, Florida State College at Jacksonville, there's a crew here, where are you guys? Hillsborough Community College, Pensacola Junior College, I don't think anyone's here, Polk State College, St. Petersburg College, and State College of Florida. And last but not least, we have two rising stars, two additions to our group soon. In 2011, Tallahassee Community College and Daytona State will be joining us and offering the engineering technology degree. So I want to say a personal thanks to all of you for taking a chance with our plan and our idea, and again, doing all the hard work for us in implementing a degree program. And last but certainly not least, I want to thank the nominators of FLATE for this award who couldn't be here today. The National Association of Manufacturers Education Council, specifically Emily DeRocco and Jennifer McNally, were the nominators of FLATE for this particular award. And I want to recognize them and thank them for recognizing FLATE's efforts to establish an industry-driven and credential-based degree and education career pathway to support the manufacturing and high technology workforce in Florida. And that's it. Thank you all again very much.
I appreciated what Mike had to say about his president, because at Dakota County Technical College, my office is right next to our president's office, and that's both a good and a bad thing. But, you know, I view industry, the people that hire the students for my program, they are my customers. And I think many of us acknowledge that and know that without industry participation and leadership, our programs tend to flounder, and without those people to hire the students that we're educating, we're just not going to have a successful program. And so I think industry participation in the technical education programs around the United States is essentially is absolutely critical to the success of those programs. And so I applaud all of the industry, and especially just following on with what Marilyn said in terms of having the acknowledgement from industry associations for the work that we do. The third award, official award, is for the Industry Recognition Award. And I know that many of you, we work with industry, and sometimes it takes a long time to find the champion within a company that's really going to stand behind your program and do what has to be done. And every once in a while you find an industry representative who, again, goes that extra mile, who steps out, who does so much more than what you could even expect of them to do. And the award winner for this year falls into that category. And to announce the Industry Recognition Award, Annette Parker from HI-TEC.
Good afternoon. I'd like to start with a story about Karen and about how HI-TEC came to be. Around 2003, it was a vision in Kentucky that we could bring automotive manufacturers together into a collaborative approach where we looked at what the industry as a whole needed to be successful in keeping and sustaining automotive manufacturing in the United States. And Karen was a part of that vision and the dream about HI-TEC ever coming to be. And I first met Karen in April of 2005 in northern Kentucky, where Kentucky had reached out to several states about having a discussion about where and how HI-TEC would come to be. And that was our planning and implementation as a planning grant. And we started our planning grant that year. And we started off with what we called HI-TEC Academies. And that was a way to bring all of the manufacturers and the colleges together to build relationships and see if we could go further. And we had a couple of academies. Initially, our first two academies were, we had a lot of participation from education, but very little participation from industry. And so Karen had the foresight to say, we need to do this at a manufacturer's facility, and we will host it in Kentucky at Toyota. And so Karen hosted the first HI-TEC Academy, and people came from business and industry from everywhere to be a part of that. That was one of the largest academies we ever had. And it was what I call our stake in the ground, because from that point on, it was snowballing and it was growing exponentially. I can remember that at that time, I was not an employee of Kentucky. I was an employee in Lansing, Michigan, and I was a co-PI there, and I presented with Karen, and we worked on our presentation together in her office. And she took me through, we were presenting about curriculum. I was modularizing curriculum in Lansing, and she wanted to know how I did that and why. And so I went through, for my first time, the Toyota problem-solving method, and it was the most difficult thing I've ever done, because you get to the 5 whys of why you're doing something. And after about 2, I didn't know. Okay. And so she worked hard, she worked with me, and we got down to really the root cause of why I wanted to develop the curriculum and needed to develop the curriculum in Lansing. And so that was my first introduction to Karen in that type of way. And, you know, we just got our center award in September of 2009. And from that point, I restructured our organization and our leadership. And we have what we call a strategy board. And we meet every 2 weeks. And this strategy board is made up of industry. And there are people at higher levels within the industry, Karen, Ford, GM. And they go through absolutely everything we do. They go through our project plans. They scrutinize that work. They make sure that we're aligned, and then they bring their resources to bear throughout the organization. And Karen kind of keeps everybody on keel in that group, because I can remember a point, and I don't remember the exact discussion, Karen, but our GM rep, she was roaring ahead, man. It was like a NASCAR race. She got this idea, and it was building, and it was snowballing, and then Ford decided, yeah, they're just going. And Karen calmly said something that everyone stopped and paused and realized that we needed to go back and think more thoroughly through that process. And so it's just a neat group to be a part of. Karen is key to our success, key to the organization. There's nobody more deserving of this award today than Karen Caton, because for us to be at the table and having discussions maybe, as weird as this might sound, Toyota and Ford trying to figure out how to solve a GM problem is just an amazing thing to see. Okay? And now they're kind of jovial, they pick on each other's cars. And it's a pretty exciting organization to be a part of. And we're learning from them, they're learning from us, and we just keep working. I'd like to invite Karen Caden from Toyota on stage. Karen, your award reads, Industry Recognition Award presented to Karen Caden, Toyota Motor Engineering and Manufacturing North America, for excellence in industry leadership for technology training and education. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? I'm known as the one with the really soft voice, so I need the microphone. I am not only honored, but deeply humbled. I never thought about the things I do as being worthy of recognition. They were just doing the right thing. When someone needed to stand up and do something, I'm going to be that person. So that's just the way I operate. I'd like to thank the HI-TEC organization and the NSF for valuing our work in the technological education field, providing this type of a venue for us to share our work and our passion with the broader community. I've had a great opportunity for 23 years to work with Toyota, not only to learn and explore manufacturing, but also to experience the value of partnerships and collaborations and what we call cooperative competition. And that's working with our competitors to make sure that there's a good outcome for everyone, whether it's our suppliers or our fellow automakers. Practicing that in my current role, I'm the regional leader for production and maintenance training in North America for Toyota. And so that's what allowed me to have the exposure to the HI-TEC idea. Not my idea, but I recognized a great idea when I heard about it, and recognized that that kind of a collaborative experience with our competitors could be good for all of the automotive industry. The key point of HI-TEC is it's customer focused. So the educators can't do it without the industry people. And us industry people usually will say we're too busy. We're too busy producing our products and we really don't have time. But we're learning now, I think, that if we don't participate, we cannot continue to have the right kinds of people come into our organizations. So it's very important for us to take the time to participate with the educators. My contributions in HI-TEC really grew out of and would not be possible without the commitment, the ongoing debate, the camaraderie, and the spirit of continuous improvement that is demonstrated by our HI-TEC team. So I'd like to thank all of my HI-TEC colleagues, those who are here and those who are with us in spirit today, for allowing me to contribute to that organization. And I'd like to also send congratulations to our other colleagues who are recognized today. Thank you very much.
Okay, number 4. I'm sure we've all experienced that there's times in your life that you just meet someone, and I'm not talking about a soulmate, but I'm talking about somebody that you just kind of immediately like. Someone that has a gentleness of spirit, someone that has a certain aspect of wisdom, a way that they carry themselves and a way about them, that they have about them, that you just kind of automatically like them. And then you realize as you get to know this person better and better that they really are very much of a visionary and very much of a risk taker. And that in a lot of ways, not only are they willing to tell you about the paths that they've walked and what they've done, but they're also willing to share with you and mentor you and lead you and grab a hold of you when you've got yourself perhaps too far over the edge. And we're very honored because we have a person that fits that description that has served as a visionary and a leader and a mentor and a wise sage for many of us that are sitting in this room, and in particular for the HI-TEC conference. In our infancy right now, in our second year, but there's a lot of history and wisdom behind that. And one of the things that we wanted to do as a steering committee was to acknowledge that visionary leadership that we've had the advantage to know. And because of that, we have an award that is shaped like mountains to represent not only the love of climbing that this person has, but also the leadership to carry us over some mountains. And this award says it is presented to Mike Lisecki for your vision, leadership, and dedication to technology education 2010, and it's from the HI-TEC centers. So Michael, if you could please join me.
I don't often turn red. Well, thank you very much. It's so much my privilege and honor to be here. You know, I've enjoyed working with this group from the early days when we first started. There were so many people that helped us get started. And the National Science Foundation, they believe in us. As you can see, they were the ones who saw and enjoyed our vision of this conference. Today, there's 25 centers that are working together to produce this thing. And it's that collaboration which is really the key, and the friendships that have been developed. Again, my honor, I stand on your shoulders. You know, there's that old saying. So thank you very much, Deb, and thank you.
And we also have a poster that has the logos of all the centers with an empty white space and some multicolored flare pens that will be out on the table outside. It's for each of you to write your own sentiments or congratulations or thank you, whatever thoughts you would like to for Michael. It's a poster and it'll be out on that table. So with that, I believe that brings the award luncheon to a conclusion. This afternoon breakout sessions start at 1:30, and so we'll see you there. Thank you very much.